So NBC5 investigates another question that many of us are still asking tonight, and one that may weigh on police families for years to come. How did a violent repeat offender manage to smuggle a gun into a Chicago hospital while in Chicago police custody?
Investigative reporter Chuck Goudie on the story tonight and has some answers for us.
When Alfonso Talley was taken into custody and put in a CPD transport wagon, the police policy called for him to be handcuffed and searched head to toe. It's a procedure repeated thousands of times a year in Chicago and on hundreds of occasions for patrol officers. In Talley's case, investigators are still searching for how he managed to sneak a gun into a hospital emergency room past two veteran officers and hospital security who all had to search him. The moment of truth for many Chicago police officers, an arrest and search for dangerous weapons. This 26-year-old career criminal, Alfonso Talley, whom prosecutors say appears in a lengthy rap sheet of gun crimes and shouldn't have been on the streets, last Saturday managed to smuggle a Glock 10mm pistol like this, branded as a subcompact and easily concealed. Now, law enforcement sources tell the NBC Chicago investigative team that Talley hid his illegally obtained weapon in the folds of fatty skin, his weight recently down from 320 pounds to 280. Despite Talley being unclothed for a medical check and covered with only a hospital blanket, the gun went undetected during several searches. Prosecutors say the chronic felon pulled the gun from beneath the blanket and began firing at both wagon officers.
Remember, professional criminals, people that are carrying guns, are professionals at what they do. They do not want to be caught. They are very good at secreting weapons upon their body.
Former CPD Chief of Detectives Gene Roy says this department directive lays out custodial search policies, including occasional searches of genitals, buttocks, anus, or undergarments. When Talley was arrested last weekend, he told arresting officers that he had swallowed 5 bags of drugs and needed medical help. Investigators believe that ploy was to get inside Swedish Hospital, where he would be unhandcuffed for an imaging scan. That's when he retrieved the gun hidden in rolls of skin, according to law enforcement sources. How did Talley know about the possible escape point? We've learned Talley made a very similar drug-swallowing claim a year ago. According to this Chicago police report we've obtained, April 2025, Talley was arrested and said he'd swallowed multiple bags of crack cocaine and was transported to the hospital. On that occasion, there was no gun. But during arrests, officers aren't likely to know such history, according to Roy.
In 90% of those cases, you are not going to know who that individual is, what their criminal history is, and what sort of background they may have had. Are they a violent offender or a nonviolent offender? You would be shocked at how resourceful criminals are to avoid getting caught with a weapon or to try and bring a weapon into a facility where one is not allowed.
Retired Chief of Detectives Roy says in his decades at CPD, he never saw a suspect conceal a gun in the way this one apparently was. He says apparently because we may never know exactly where it was hidden on the accused shooter. Federal prosecutors tonight say they know where the pistol came from. Talley's girlfriend now charged with buying it illegally at an Indiana gun store.